Hello everybody and welcome, my name is GaaraOfBentonYGO, and today here on this exciting Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be going over the combo tutorial for the World FTK deck profile that I posted yesterday. If you guys have not seen that deck profile, it'll be linked right now on the screen, so go check that out and then come back and watch the combo tutorial, or watch the combo then check out the deck profile, whichever you want. But without further ado, let's get started with the video. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shuffle our deck a couple times. If it'll let me, I guess it's not going to let me. Alright, well, we're going to go in with our nice little, the world deck. And we don't want to host duel, we want to go to solo mode, because this is an FTK deck, so you can pretty much solitaire it by yourself. And this is our starting opening hand. So what we're going to do is, our goal is to draw through our entire deck and then see what we can do with that. And right now we have the card destruction, which is really, really good because we'll get a plus off the Mothman, the Chupacabra, the Jackalope, and the Brow. So what we're going to do, activate the card destruction, sending all of our cards to the graveyard. And, whoops, that was banished. That's fine though. And to the grave, and drawing ourselves 4 more cards. So right now we have the world, which is pretty good, and now what we can do is we can do Chainlink 1 for Brow, since it's a mandatory effect, Chainlink 2 Jackalope, Chainlink 3 Mothman, Chainlink 4 Chupacabra. So what we're going to do is summon Chupacabra, and then we're going to both players are going to draw 1, discard 1, and in this case we're going to discard the snake. And then we get to special summon off of the Jackalope. So we're going to special summon out an Ogopogo, and then we draw off of the Brow. And now, since we have Snake, we can special summon Snake because we discarded it. And here's our hand so far. Well, here's our field so far. So what we're going to do is from here, we're going to go into Curious, and we're going to send Blackwing Zephyros, the Elite, to our graveyard. And then Curious will have us mill 3, 2, and 3, which is fine because we're just milling more darks. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 darks in our grave. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Beginning of the End, banishing 5. It doesn't really matter which 5 we banish. We just want to banish 5, 3, 4, and we'll banish the other Dark World, that's fine. And then we're going to draw 3 cards. So right now we're in a pretty good position where we are. So we're going to go ahead, activate Allure of Darkness, draw 2 cards, and then we banish 1. We're going to banish the Mothman because we've already used the effect, which is pretty good. Now we're going to activate Trade-In, discard the Bigfoot, draw 2 more cards. And so now we have the World Legacy Succession, which is really, really good card. And we also have, let's see, we have 6 darks in our grave, so we need to have some more darks to be able to activate the Beginning of the End. So we're going to set these 2 cards. Now if we discard one of the worlds, we can always reborn it back, which is really good. So in this case we may actually want to reborn back the world, but we're going to go ahead, we're going to activate our Jackalope, rolling a die 1 through 5, and see what we're going to get. We get ourselves a 2, so discarding the Nessie to special the Jackalope, drawing a card from Jackalope, and then Nessie effect. See, this is our deck, guys. This is the amount of cards that we have left in our deck. Absolutely insane. We're going to add ourselves a snake to our hand. And at this point, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 darks in our graveyard. So we can go ahead, activate Beginning of the End, banishing 5 of those darks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. To then draw 3 more cards. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to activate the Trade-In, and in this case what I want to do is I'm going to discard the world because we do have the World Legacy Succession, and draw 2 more cards. So we're doing pretty well here. We did not draw the light barrier yet, but we're going to go ahead and we have some dangers to play with. So we're going to go ahead and do Bigfoot. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards in our hand. So not really a good way to do this except for roll, like, I don't know. So we're going to go with 1. So going to go ahead and special the Bigfoot. Drawing card. Doesn't matter that this is in the graveyard because we have the World Legacy Succession. Next we're going to go Ogopogo, and going to go ahead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, probably shouldn't have done that, but it is okay because then Ogopogo's effect is going to activate and send Chupacabra to the graveyard. And then let's go ahead and activate Snake, I guess. So 1, sending this Ogopogo to the graveyard, special summoning the Snake, drawing an Allure of Darkness. So what I'm going to do here is we're actually going to go and we're going to activate the Allure, drawing our 2 cards. And at this point, it doesn't really matter what we banish. And I'll show you guys why here in a second. So then we're going to go ahead and activate our second Allure. And there we go. We have our light barrier, and we're going to go ahead and we will banish the Sky Blaster because it's not needed. Activating our light barrier, which light barrier lets us choose the outcome of the coin flip, which is really, really good. So then what we're going to do is World Legacy Succession out the world. 2 zone link monster points to the world's effect will then activate, doing a coin flip. We get to choose the outcome, so we're going to choose heads, and then we're going to proceed to end phase, sending these cards to the graveyard, and it then becomes our turn again, which is really good. So we draw for turn. You always want to leave at least one card in your deck, because if you don't, then you can't win the duel. So right now we're at 8,000 life points. Just tack, boom, that is game. So it's pretty self-explanatory. We didn't even need to go into Saryuja for that game. So we're going to try this one more time, just so you can see. And we drew through our entire deck except for 1 card, which is honestly it's pretty good. So let's go ahead, activate the Allure of Darkness. And this hand isn't really the best hand in the world because we have 2 at the beginning of the ends. So we're going to set 1 for us to use later, and then we're going to activate Ogopogo, which 1 through 4 will be our thing. 5 reroll, so there we go. Don't know why it wants to keep giving us 5, but there we go. So we send the Mothman, special the Ogopogo. Ogopogo lets us draw 1, and then Mothman, we draw 1 and discard 1. So we're going to discard the Snake, and then Snake will special summon itself. And this hand may turn into an actual brick. We're going to go ahead, activate the trade-in, sending the world to the graveyard, and the Phantom Sky Blaster saves the day. So what we're going to do is we're going to normal Phantom Sky Blaster, and we get ourselves 2 tokens, turning this token into a Link Spider right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send these 4 to the graveyard to special out one of our Saryujas. Saryuja will then let us draw 4, and then we have to put back 3, which in this case, we have 1 beginning of the end. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 darks in grave. So we want to put these to the bottom of our deck for now, and then we have to put 1 more. We'll actually put probably the Thunderbird to the bottom of our deck. And then now we have cards we can activate. So let's go ahead and activate the Allure of Darkness, drawing 2 cards, and I'm going to banish the Nessie. Then activate ourselves, trade in, sending the world to the graveyard. And not the best cards in the world, because we still only have 4 darks in the grave. Let's go ahead and activate Jackalope. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4. Not the one that we wanted to send as well. but it is what it is. And we have a Snow and a Chupacabra now, and we have 5 darks in grave. All we need to do is get this Chupacabra. It doesn't really matter what we get, so we're going to go odds, evens. Evens, send the Snow to special the Chupacabra, draw off of the Snow, and then what we're going to do is, or draw off the Chupacabra, and then Snow is going to add Brow to hand, and we're going to go for our second Saryuja. And activate Saryuja's effect. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this is a predicament. How many darks do we have in grave? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 darks in grave. So we don't need this right now. So we're going to put that to the bottom of our deck. And I actually want to put the rest of these to the bottom of our deck. And the reason why I want to do that is because I want this Mothman to resolve, sending one of the brows. So, but first we're going to activate beginning of the end, and we're going to banish some of our darks, 3, 4, and 5, and draw ourselves 3 more cards, which is really good. So the only card in our hand that can't activate in the grave right now is Nessie, I believe. I believe we haven't activated Mothman's effect yet. We actually may have activated Mothman's effect, so we're not gonna, if we do that, we were not gonna get Mothman's effect. So let's go ahead and activate Nessie. And we have 6 cards, so 2. That is actually really good because we summon the Nessie, draw off the Nessie, and then we could draw off the Brow as well. And ooh, card destruction. So we can use card destruction because it'll give us 1 draw, 2 draws. So we're gonna go ahead and set the beginning of the end and card destruction. So send these to the grave and draw ourselves 4 more cards, which is pretty good. And then Ogopogo is going to activate and Brow is going to activate. So Ogopogo we'll send a Thunderbird to the grave, shuffle, and then draw off of the Brow, which is really good. And we got ourselves at the beginning of the end. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 darks in grave. So let's go ahead and activate the beginning of the end, and we'll banish 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Draw ourselves 3 more cards. And we're going to go ahead and set the trade-in. Set the Monster Reborn. And we're also going to activate trade-in. We'll send Thunderbird to the grave, draw 2. And we got a World Legacy Succession as well, which is pretty good. Now we're going to activate Bigfoot and see what we got. 2, sending the Chupacabra to the grave so we can special summon the Bigfoot, and then Chupacabra's effect will activate and set ourselves. We'll special summon the nice little danger right there, and we're going to activate ourselves the Light Barrier, and we're also going to activate ourselves World Legacy Succession. Special summon out the world will then let us send 2 during the end phase, and then end phase send these 2 to grave. Becomes our turn again, we draw 1 and attack for game. And that's how our deck works, guys. So it's really, really good because, as you guys see, we draw through our entire deck. And so when we draw through our entire deck, it lets us basically just do whatever we want. And that's why the side deck is so important for game 2, because you're always going to draw in your Grand Maju before you do your plays to make Grand Maju a big beat stick. And it's really, really good. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Guys, make sure to check out the deck profile that I posted yesterday. Link will be at the end of this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.